I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the bonus, the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutation to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Mawafla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this is edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. And you know, the scriptures tell you, going back into the book of Revelations, we're going to get that too, as blessed is he that readeth. Now, the importance of reading this book is for the understanding, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this book, man. You know, and if the spirit be upon you to understand what this book really is, then you're going to see the truth of the matter. But again, the spirit have to be upon you in order to see the truth, because the majority of these people, they don't see the truth. These people continuously, want to come against the truth, and they want to, bring up all, y'all not teaching love, love, love. But the thing is that we are teaching love. We teaching love to the elect of Israel, which is the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Like the scriptures tell you in 1 John, if you love me, keep my commandments. And what is the Lord's commandment? Going back into Luke 14 and I believe Luke 14:23, is to go out into the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. Now, who we bid to the marriage? Again, the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the elect of Israel. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. This is Luke chapter 14, verse 23. It says, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you that none of these men which were bitten shall taste of my supper. So that's what we're out to do. We're out to what? To plant that seed unto the minds of the elect, and the Most High giveth the increase. Why? Because once the elect is sealed, then we're out of here, man. We're out of America, aka Babylon, man. This place will be burnt up with thermonuclear missiles, and before the missiles come, there's going to be other events to happen, like martial law, the RFID chip. You know what I'm saying? The famine. These people going on strike, the earthquakes. All those things going back into the book of Matthew 24:16. So let's go back to this. This is Isaiah 34. And 16, it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it have commanded, and the spirit it have gathered them. And that's what's happening, man. The spirit is gathering those who's going to hear the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And who is it gathering? Again, it's gathering the elect of Israel, you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And as you can see, the more of the elect that comes into this truth, the more this place comes to an end, man. More and more things is already have and starting to happen more and more, man. More earthquakes, more uproars of the people, the downfall of the economy. You got all these things happening, and all those things are according to the prophecies, that's in the book, man. And that's why the scripture says, seek ye the book and read, man. Verse 17, it says, and he have cast a lot of them, and said, hand have divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. Right. And this book is in the word of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be with Israel forever, because he's going to do what? He's going to put Israel back into their rightful position, man, and put these Edomites as slaves under the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So real quick, let me grab this in the book of Revelations 1 and 3. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right, man. Blessed are they that readeth. Blessed is he that readeth, and that keep the words of this prophecy, man. So it's about, keeping the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, and meaning keeping the commandments with the best of your ability. Again, these people aren't willing to You know, and when I say people, I'm talking about 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not willing to keep the words and the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai because they rather do their own thing, man. Matter of fact, real quick, let me grab this. This is the book of Isaiah 1, and I'm going to go ahead and start at 2. It says, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nurtured and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, right? The Lord have brought up children, and they have rebelled against him." You know, 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans rebel against the high power, Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know, and how do you rebel against him? By coming against his prophets. You know, but ultimately the scripture says, for if you, it is not me you're despising, but it is the Lord you despising. It's not us you despising. You despising Yahweh Shema Shai when you coming up against his word, man. Because our job is only to bring the truth out. The scripture says those that worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth, man. And we're going to bring out the truth, whether if you like it or not. The scripture says whether if you hear or forbear, going back into the book of Isaiah. We're not, when we out there, we're not out there for everybody. We're only out there for the elect, man. You know, the scriptures tell you, going back into the book of Mark, what did the scripture say? He said, for the angel shall gather the elect from the four corners of the earth. You know, so the elect, man, that's what we out there for. You know, so the Most High have put the Spirit on us to teach unto the meek, man. What is that? That's going back into Isaiah 31, I believe, to teach unto the meek. I forget, man. But that's what we out there for, man. So yeah, man, you know, bringing up this topic, this is very important. This is why you have to read the scriptures. You have to watch the videos. You have to watch the videos with the apostles, you know, and you have to know how to defend this word, and you have to know how to be on the offense as well, because these are great, important skill factors in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So again, so Isaiah 1 and 2, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nurtured and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Right? 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans do not consider at all, man. They reject this truth. They want to be a part of the world. They want to feel like they have to be of the world, because, you know, ultimately, like the scriptures tell you in the book of Romans, for how I have given them over into their vile affection. So the Most High have given them over into their vile affection. And what is a vile affection? America. America is a vile place. Why? Because it is ruled by the so-called white man. You know, the scriptures tell you in Job 9:24, for the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So you see that the earth is ruled by the hands of the so-called white man, which is the banker elites, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, you know, and look how they got the world, man. The world's all, the people in the world's all bugged out of their mind. You got concrete everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Look, bringing out the truth, you got this bugged out noise. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that you get, you know, with the so-called white man ruling over us and ruling the world. You know, and that's why the Lord is bringing him down. You know, the scriptures tell you that. For he shall build and I shall throw down, man. You know, and that's what's happening, man. You know, this devil, he had built up a wicked society, and the Most High, he's going to throw it down through the power and the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, by his word, by his prophets. And this is what happening. And 2/3 of our people that want to indulge themselves in the ways of the so-called white man, which is the wicked ways, the Most High is going to destroy them as well. It says the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards, man. You know, you got a lot of our people that's homosexuals, a lot of our people that wants to be transgenders. You know, our women are all whores. You know, our men are adulterers. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you get out of 2/3 of our people, man. So, man, you know, if the Spirit is upon you, man, that's why it's very important to read these scriptures, because these scriptures are explaining everything to a T. The reason why our people is in their position that they in today, the reason why the so-called white man is over us and the other nations, you know, the book explains everything to a T, man. It says, why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. And that's what's happening. 2/3 of our people revolt more and more. You know, we go out there into the highways and byways. Our people come, if they do come, and they will revolt against the scriptures, man. It says, the whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint, right, man? The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint, you know, and that's why the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is pulling a remnant out of out of Israel, being that they are the sons of the sea, a multitude that can't be numbered. The Most High is pulling a remnant out of them, and he's doing what, man? He's going to set them up into that rightful position, and the world is going to flourish in righteousness when the so-called white man goes down. You know, going back into the book of Second Esdras, the scripture said, how can that which is sown be taken away, and how shall the kingdom of righteousness be established, to roughly paraphrase it, so that the wickedness that is sown have to be cast out, man. You know, so real quick, let me go back to Revelations 1:3. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear his words. Salakia, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for that time is at hand, right? So, Salakia, for the time is at hand. So the time is at hand, man. If you watching the times diligently in itself, you can see that we're at the end of this kingdom, man. This place is falling, man. You know what I'm saying? The economy is constantly fluctuating. You got Trump putting sanctions on all these nations. You know, these nations coming up against the U.S., man. That goes to show you that we at the end time of America, man. And it is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see and watch, man. You know, and it'll be even a beautiful more thing to see this place go to shit, man. To see these people out here rioting, coming against their princes and their kings. You know, it's gonna be a beautiful thing to see that as well, man. You know, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it from that on to next time. You know, Lord willing, man, the spirit be upon me to bring out another video. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Barak Te Yahweh, Barak Te Yahushua, Barak Te Yahweh, Barak Te Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Muwathla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Shalom.